Okay. Watch a lot of videos about protests that are planned at Watchtower branch offices, and um, the ones coming up and where people are going next. But I want everybody to be aware of something else that is going on. Watchtower is a member of OSCE, and that stands for Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE. You can Google it yourself, OSCE and Jehovah's Witnesses, and you'll get links and all kinds of things to the paperwork that they filed with the OSCE. They're trying to get the government to protect them from hate crimes, especially since they've been banned in Russia. They're getting several countries in Europe to stand up for Jehovah's Witnesses in the meetings, and say, "Oh, poor Jehovah's Witnesses, they're being abused, and their rights are being violated, and all these things." So what's going to happen is these countries are going to pass laws saying that it'll be a hate crime to speak up against Jehovah's Witness organization, Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. So it leaves Watchtower open to make people stop talking badly about the organization at all. They're gonna say, "I want that YouTube channel taken down because they hate Jehovah's Witnesses." If you approach them like Zeb and Adrian and all of them, and Stacy, you approach them at the carts, they're going to scream persecution. And before you can even say, "Can I talk to you?" they're going to call the police, file charges against you. You can be thrown in jail for harassment because they're going to be protected against hate crimes. I called Salt Lake County, Utah, because Salt Lake City, Utah, as I speak, is trying to pass legislation in their county of the state of Utah, where other counties have already done it, to protect Jehovah's Witnesses and Muslims and different religious or non-religious organizations against hate crimes. So by stipulating in their laws that Jehovah's Witnesses are being persecuted for hate crimes, that will leave the Jehovah's Witnesses able to call the police on you just for confronting them. They could turn off YouTube channels. Watchtower can prosecute people for speaking up against Watchtower. Say that we're spreading rumors. Say that we're doing whatever. But they can cause a lot of pain and discomfort for a lot of people worldwide if this continues to happen. Do me a favor. There's a channel on YouTube called The Unreluctant. Look at his video number 28. And you will see and hear for yourself that Watchtower Bible and Tract Society and their entities that they have in Europe are members of the OSCE, which is a branch of the UN. No, they didn't stop being members of the UN. They took their NGO and moved it from the UN to the OSCE, which is also a branch of the UN. So all these 57 countries in Europe are getting together to protect the poor JWs from hate crimes. Now, you know and I know that Jehovah's Witnesses have it in their head that we hate Jehovah's Witnesses. Even though we tell them over and over and over again, we do not hate Jehovah's Witnesses. We are standing up against the Watchtower Corporation that is leading them in the direction that they're going and creating a haven for pedophiles by the doctrine that they hold. I took some notes, but I mean, can you imagine? There's already people in Europe, and have you seen it, like on the Christian Comedy Channel? All the man does is go up to the JWs at a cart and said, "Can I talk to you about this article in the Watchtower?" And they don't say anything but get on their phone and dial the police. Look at Witness No More. They'll call the police on him in a second, too. The Jehovah's Witnesses are using the governments across the world. When they say they are no part of this world, they are using the governments to get protection for themselves from governments that they are no part of. They're not praying to their God for protection, which, if he's the true God, and they are in fact God's people, they should pray like they did in Bible times, and God will protect his people. But that's not what they're doing. They're using every branch of the government they can possibly find, city, state, counties, countries, you name it, to protect themselves from anything that we might say against Watchtower, and making it so that they are protected on paper by the government so that we can't say anything bad about them. It's all headed the wrong way, people. Please check out Unreluctant, video number 28, and Google OSCA. The OSCE, OSCE and Jehovah's Witnesses. Look it up. Find out how long they've been an NGO member. Find out what the OSCE is. And you will find out they are a branch of the UN. It is called the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. All those countries, they petition. There's several countries in this video I'm sending you to that talk about how persecuted the Jehovah's Witnesses are and how they are losing their human rights. But you see, an organization that professes to be no part of this world should not be a member of a government organization and seeking their protection instead of their God's protection. In my eyes, that's wrong. But, hey. But you have to look. You have to see what's going on. It's an amazing thing. It turns into one of those little rabbit holes, where there's just so much in there that shocks the heck out of you. And they're trying to do that in the United States, too. Now. It's starting at the city and county levels in several states that they're trying to get protection so that we're not allowed to speak up against them. So there's a big thing going on right now. And if people don't start writing letters and calling their representatives and explaining to them these things about what Watchtower actually is going through and what they do, they're going to continue to help them. And it will become to where we can't speak up. We can't stand up and speak up. We'll lose our rights to do that. because they'll be protected against hate crimes. Any Jehovah's Witnesses watching this video, I've said it 100 times, other people say it, we all say it. We do not hate Jehovah's Witnesses. Anything we do is not because of hate. It is because of love and concern and compassion for the people that are caught up in an organization that lies to them and misleads them. Well, anyway, I got so wound up about this stuff and what the organization is trying to do behind their own members' backs. I mean, they're not telling the Watchtower members, they're not telling Jehovah's Witnesses that they're a member and an NGO of the UN through the OSCE. You think they're telling their members that? Oh my God, no, they're not. They don't know anything about it. We're trying to wake them up and realize what the organization is doing behind their backs. They're using their own theocratic warfare on their own members. It's just wrong from so many angles. It's infuriating, really. But hey, like I said, check that video out, look it up, Google it. It takes 2 seconds to type in OSCE and Jehovah's Witnesses, and whoo, you will see all kinds of things you didn't even know about. But take a look at that video. That video is, all these countries that are talking about, the poor mistreated JWs. You know, take a look at it. Let me know what you think in the comments section. You know, I want to hear what y'all have to say about it. Talk to you later. Bye.